Something has gone wrong here. Bear with me 1 second. Let's see if something's going live there. I think, yes, that's working. That took a while. Sorry about that. Older Zoomers have already done the workout already. So we're live on YouTube, Facebook. Let's go on Instagram. There we go. We're live on Instagram. Morning. Welcome to Wednesday. We are going to do a little bit more focus on movement, but obviously making sure that we are breathing efficiently as well. I'll just zoom that camera out a little bit. Move the chair in so you don't see the edge of the chair. Glutes. This is what we've been talking about this morning on the Zoom session. We've got to remember that the glutes are connected to a whole chain down the legs, up the back, up the spine. So we can't just completely isolate one part of the body. We work the whole body, but we'll do a little bit more focus on the hips and on balance and some of the squats. We've done it a few weeks back where we were doing just some quite interesting things with our feet and our legs as we were doing particular squats. So let's just play around with that. Let's see how it goes for the next half an hour. Let's warm up with some knocking. Now, if we're focusing on our glutes when we're knocking, think about the feet in contact with the ground. And that idea of moving from your hips and your waist. So if you could literally just put your hands on the hips there and your hands on your glutes and just feel how they activate when you're doing that knocking. So you're getting the glutes working there. So your hips, your waist, the ground is driving this movement. I'm not using my arms, the spine is just following that movement of the hips and the waist. I think that's important to remember when we are thinking about working different parts of the body, is how they work in tandem, in connection with the rest of the body. You can't just isolate totally one muscle or one group of muscles. And breathing easy. Feel the heel in connection with the ground. Feel the ball of the foot in connection with the ground. And then slow it down into water waves. So even here, feel what's going on. Again, if you want to grab your hips, if you want to grab your glutes, just feel the muscles working as you are doing that rotation. If there's nothing working here, if you're just doing this, you want to be working here from the hips and the waist and from the center. And then slow it down and give your legs a little bit of a shake. What you can do is you can just focus a little bit more. You can maybe activate a little bit more certain areas if you want to focus and strengthen certain areas of the body. If we're thinking of glutes as well when we're doing spinal cord, let's do the hips first. So you're tucking the pelvis underneath. So you're tilting the tailbone underneath. You're closing up there the pubic bone and the belly button. And then you're tilting, arching the back a little bit there. So you're tilting under. Just get the hips and the waist working first, the pelvis working first. And then bring in that upper body as well. Expanding, breathing in, and then contracting, tucking underneath. Breathing in. Opening the front of the chest, opening the throat as well when you're lifting your heart up to the sky. We often hold a lot of tension in our throat, opening the throat. And it's almost again as if the pelvis is leading the way. So you tuck the pelvis underneath when you're coming down, curls everything up into a little ball. Tilt the pelvis, spilling out the front. You open up the front of the body, open up the chest. Let's do 2 more of these. And then take a rest. Keep the feet shoulder width apart. Slight rotation. So remember, imagine we're doing the knocking, but you just get to there. So we've got that slight rotation, and now we're going to tilt the pelvis. So you're spilling out the front, and then you're going to tuck the pelvis underneath. So just isolate the pelvis. Again, notice here, oh look, I'm using my glutes. I'm working my glutes on both sides, and we've got that slight angle. So it's a good one to do at a slight angle, just tilting the pelvis. Get the pelvis tilting. And then use the upper body, or connect the upper body. Breathing in, breathing out. Use the movement, the drive, coming from that pelvis, coming from the center. Remember, the whole premise of Qigong is that movement, all movement starts from your center, from your lower dantian. If you focus on that, this area works really powerfully, connects everything together. Should be able to feel the hips working, the glutes working. Do 2 more on this side. And then take a rest in the middle. And then, as if you're going to go into knocking, but you're then heading in that direction, just isolate the pelvis, so you're tilting the pelvis. Oh, guess what? I'm working that glute, and I'm working both glutes actually, but I'm working this one a little bit more. Tilting the pelvis. And then connect upper body, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and out, gently in and out through the nose. As always, I'll say every session, it's not forcing, it's not pushing. So if you have any pain, you stop. There's a difference between pain and working the muscles, building muscle, building strength. If any sharp pain, you stop. Let's do 2 more. And then take a rest. Come back to balance. Focusing again on this area. If you want to grab your glutes, you can do side to side. Feel how that works. Now, remember what I say when we're doing this one is I'm not doing this. I'm not tilting like this. I'm keeping the pelvis parallel to the ground. Stick your fingers in your glutes, stick your thumbs in the glutes, and feel how they activate when you shift side to side. You're pushing, you're driving, from the floor. You can feel them activating. Feel them activating. If you've got your thumbs in there, you can feel how they activate. So we've got the glutes working, and then you do your little bit of dog wags the tail. So when this area is working, when this area is driving the movement, you can free up the spine. I'm not having to use my shoulders or use my neck. Everything just follows through that sequence of events, driving from here, driving from the center, from the hips and the waist. So do you see there, when we're focusing on the spine and we're saying we're energizing the spine, we're warming up the spine, and we're getting that flexibility and strength in the spine, switch it to the glutes. I'm working my glutes, I'm driving and building the strength through my hips and my waist as well. And slow it down and shake out. Let's do a little bit of walking on the spot, but we're going to walk on the spot like a penguin. So as I step forwards on my, or I step onto my, I'm going to mirror you, step onto the left, you bring that left hip and then the shoulder follows. And then when you swap to the right hip and the shoulder follows. So you're just stepping, and then suddenly you'll go, oh, this is nice. Guess what? This is working. But make sure you drive with the hip. Hip and shoulder follows. I'm not doing this with my shoulders. The shoulder just follows through. I'm not having to do any work up here. I'm keeping my spine long. And you could, if you want to, you could do a little bit of almost like push hands. You could push across. That's very Wim Hof when they're doing the Qigong stuff before they do either the cold or the breath. Or you could push forwards. And, oh, this is working nicely. I can really feel that connection with the ground as you land on the ground. Soft landing on the ground. Relax the shoulders. Shoulders are relaxed. Just following the hip. You can just let the arms relax. You can speed it up a little bit. You can slow it down a little bit. You can hover in the air. Play around with it. Really working there, the hips. And then shake out. I can certainly feel that working. You should be able to feel that working. Even though we've just focused on that area now, you should really be able to feel how that's all worked nicely, hopefully for you. Let's go into some tigers. Guess what we're working? Hips and the waist. Lower. So just evenly balanced, feet connected to the ground. You can have your toes spread, so you're not having to grip with the toes. Remember to keep that chest facing forward, so chest lifted, so that we can get into this position and have a look around there, and have a look around there. Come back up. Breathing easy. Let's do 2 more. take a rest. Shake out if you need to shake out. We'll do the step forward. So if you've got space in front of you, you can do it as a walking forwards. If you don't, we can just step forwards and step back. I'll show you the step forwards and the step back. So we're just going to take one step slightly out to the side and to the front. So if I show you from the side, because often on the camera it looks different, I'm only going about, my heel of this foot is in line with the toe of that foot. I'm not doing a big step, I'm not doing a lunge, but it's slightly out to the side. So I'm going to step. That means we put a little bit more weight through that, if I'm mirroring you, left side. And then we go down the centre. That heel peels off the ground a little bit there, and then come back up. Now if you've got room in front of you, you can just step forwards. The weight is predominantly shifted over that side. This heel lifts naturally, you don't have to think about lifting it. Step forwards. If you don't have space around you, then you're just literally stepping back. So you just do step forwards and step back, and then step forwards. And really pay attention to how you're shifting your weight, because you might have one side that prefers to take the weight than the other. So make sure you shift the weight onto that forward leg and then step back, or as I say, keep walking forwards. So I'm much more confident in putting weight on this leg, so it happens naturally. I just put weight on that leg and everything shifts. This side I have to consciously think about just shifting my centre of gravity, freeing up this leg a little bit. So that's the benefit of doing stuff nice and slow like this. We're not rushing. And guess what, that's working. Oh yeah, I can feel my glutes working. Let's do one more each side. And take a rest. Shaking out if you need to shake out. Take a drink if you need a drink. If you need your heart rate just to lower a little bit, if you need your breath to settle a little bit, take that little bit of a break. Let's stay with the tigers, with the squats, but just play around a little bit with the position of the feet. So before we do that, let's just do a little bit of work on the walking on the heels. So just walking around on the heels. Again, really stress that if you've got any pain in your ankles, if this hurts, don't do it. And you'll know if it's fine because you'll be able to breathe easy in and out through the nose. If you're going and you're catching your breath, then that's not good. It's signaling that you are overloading either your muscular system or your neurological system. So just walking on the heels side to side, you can turn around a little bit, to turn around the other way, please don't fall over. And then give your ankles a bit of a shake. Shake out the ankles. It's like shaking the wrists, so free up that ankle. Let the breath settle, and then we'll shift the weight onto the balls of the feet, and again just walking forwards, backwards, maybe side to side. Maybe round in a circle, maybe round the other way. Walking forwards, backwards is always good, walking backwards. And sticking to the mat there by the sounds of it. And take a rest, have a good shake of the ankles again. Let your breath settle, if you need the breath to settle a little bit. And then we'll go on the outside edge of the feet. Now again, if you've got any ankle issues, don't force this, but just on the outside edge of the feet. So again, forwards and backwards, side to side. I've got a nice little crack there, which is good. And then you can go around in a circle, round the other way. You could do the penguin walk if you want to do the penguin walk. And then shake. Shake, 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 shake. Breath settle. Heart rate lower a little bit. And then inside of the feet. So turning in, knees will come in a little bit. You really feel the ball of the foot working. Ball of the big toe, yes, spread the toes out. Side to side. Relax the arms, make sure you're not tightening the shoulders. Don't walk backwards into the camera. Round in a circle. Keep the toes spread, round the other way. And have a good shake out. Feet should feel great now, certainly buzzing away, the feet there. Just take a moment just to balance. Just feel how your feet are connected to the ground, how that connection to the ground, through the heels, through the bubbling spring, brings that connection all the way through the body. Actually, I really just want to do a Qigong flow movement with this. It really just as sort of like encouraged me to, I just want to do the fountain. So now we've done that, just do the fountain. Breathing in. And breathing out. It just really felt right to do this. Breathing in. Breathing out. Relaxing the shoulders, keeping the spine strong. Really feel that connection through the ground. And if you can get outdoors, anywhere obviously that's safe, where you can do something like this with the feet on grass or on a surface, an outdoor surface, barefoot, it's really nice. You really feel the difference when you're doing something like this when you're outdoors. Good, just take a rest there. Just because we'd really activated the feet and got that bubbling spring working, just when I was standing there, it just felt the need to do that. So thank you for joining in with that. We will now go back to the tiger. We're going to go onto the side of the feet. Again, just be really careful with this because we don't want to activate or we don't want to hurt anything, but go into a tiger on the outside edge of the feet. Take it slowly. Notice the difference, what's going on there in the glutes, in the hamstrings, in the back line of the body. Keep on the outside edge of the feet. Oh, balance. Stand tall, keep on the outside edge of the feet. Let's do 2 more. Think of the strengthening of the ankles of the feet that you're doing here. Again, not forcing, making sure you're breathing. then come back up to standing. Bring the feet back to connect to the ground. Shake out. Let's go inside edge of the feet. Remember, because we're doing this slow, you're going to know if there's any problems, you just stop. This is not about forcing. I really stress this because we're doing this live online, don't know who's watching, so just be really, you take control of this. Inside edge of the feet, on the balls of the feet, the knees will come in a little bit, which is what we're often told not to do when we're squatting. But you might want to just adjust the width a little bit there. Inside edge of the feet. Keep that toes spread nicely. If you get any pain in the knees, you stop. You're in control. Listen to your body, listen to the breath, let the breath guide the movement. Feel how that's working the glutes, the different position of the hamstrings, all of the back line of the body. Feels good. Let's do one more. And then come up to standing. And then again, when you put your feet back onto the ground, feel that really strong connection. Letting the breath settle. How are we time? I want to do one more. Let's do, as you're going down into the squat, just raising the heels, so you're on the ball of the foot. I know you can't see exactly what I'm doing there, but you're on the ball of the foot. As you come up to standing, you can just place the heels back onto the ground. I'll show you from the side. So again, we're going really slow. Can you see there? Move back a little bit. Going really slow. When you feel you can raise the bubbling spring, the heels come up. Balance, and then slowly, whoa, lower the heels. I lost my balance there. But it's a great one again for balance, but working that whole backline chain of events. Ball of the foot. Slowly come up. So keep lifting when you're on the ball of the foot and then lower the heels. That's challenging. It's challenging me this morning, this one. If anybody's going running or walking after this, you're either gonna leap ahead and go really fast, or you're gonna be going, oh, my legs are aching. So see which one works for you. I'll tell you which one works for me. Heels, let's do one more. Slow, feels good. Shaking out your legs. Pulling down the heavens, breathing in. Breathing out. I needed a really nice big full breath there. Breathing in. Breathing gently out. Do one more. And just give yourself a few moments just to bamboo in the wind. I know we've gone a little bit over time, got a little bit carried away today. Bringing your feet together, just give yourself a moment just to give your body the opportunity to bring itself back to balance. Breath settling. And then taking a calm, full breath in through the nose and stepping out. Palms together, bending the elbows back, pushing down the back and the sides. Give your glutes maybe a little bit of a workout there. It's all Gillian's fault today's session. If you feel your glutes working, your legs working and everything, thanks Gillian. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining in, and I will see you on Monday for more focus on the breath. And have a great day. Thanks for joining. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Go running now.